Slightly different environment. I do apologise. We're at my dad's house. This is the best light I could find in the entire house. I'm sorry if I echo a little bit. But don't worry, this video is just a bit of an odd one. It's just a random thing that I realised I haven't done a video on this, which is my new truck. I bought it last month and I was going to do a video but then got distracted and completely forgot about it, so I do apologise. But I took it out last weekend and a lot of people were asking about it, and then I realised, oh yeah, I didn't actually put a video out. So anyway, unusual for me to buy a truck that's ready to run. I normally build them myself, or attempt to, depending on who you ask. But when something really cool like this comes up, I can't pass up the opportunity. So this truck was built by my good friend here in Cornwall, a man called Dave, and he built it in 2017 and never used it. I think he kept it in its box, in his van or in his garage since then, and I've known him pretty well since 2021, and I've only ever seen it out of the box while he owned it about 3 times, and I've only ever seen it drive once. And that was it. Other than that, he kept it in its box, and I always sort of hinted at him that, you know, if he ever wanted to sell it, let me know, because I'll have it. And late last year he told me, he said, I'm going to have to sell a few trucks. I've got too many, I don't use them. I think he had about 12 or 13 trucks. So he said, tilt and slide. I'm like, yes please. He's like, yep, no problem. So that's what it is. Picked it up just after New Year. I'd done a few little bits to it. It had factory wheels and tyres. I've replaced them with some spare ones I had kicking around, so some just random alloys and some nice Bridgestone tyres. The Bridgestones here are the ones that were on my blue truck, my R series, so they've come off. Just going on this one, I put a new ESC motor and gearbox in it, and steering. I put the servo at the front. It was all factory, which I don't like, because factory steering is awful. Gives you a turning circle of a small planet. So I've changed that. But other than that, that's all I've done. Now, as I speak, like literally about 10 minutes ago, I was talking to Ian at Stickies, trying to get my logo done to go up here, above the word recovery, and on the front, above the windscreen in here, to get my logo done. I'll kind of show you what I'm going for. But that's pretty much all the stickers I want to do. And other than that, it hasn't got an electrical system in it. Dave didn't like complicated wiring. He kept it as simple as he could. So it's basically just got a receiver switch in it, which if I turn it on for you in a second, I'll show you. But basically it's just got marker lights, high beam, hazards, and like a wig-wag beacon and strobe light. So if I turn it on, you've got your hazards, and at the top on the flyover as well, and at the back. And then it's got, if I do high beam, which is just your spotlights. You've got your low beam, all your marker lights come on, lights in the visor, and the ones underneath, just above the word recovery, come on as well. It's got a Verkirk top line roof and interior lights with a little man driving. You can see up around the flyover, down the side of the bed, underneath at the back here. All looks pretty cool. And then I've got to remember now which one it was it that one? No, that's that one. Got your beacon at the top there. And it's also got lights in the grille. If I turn the truck around, you can see flashing lights in the grille. There's strobe lights and the beacon on top. I think it might have, it's got flashing on the back. Oh yeah, it does. You can just see them in there. So yeah, but that's all it is. And then obviously drive and steer, but that's all it has. And I'm not too bothered by that. When I bought this, everyone I knew basically said, oh, are you going to rip it out and put a beer in it? Are you going to respray it? No. For now, well, I will never respray it because I like the colour. All my trucks are completely different colour. I like that. The only thing they have in common is it will have my logo on it, and it will have a proper number plate on it. At the minute, I've just got a spare one I had kicking around, but I'm going to put a 17 plate on it because that's the year Dave built it, so that's staying. But yeah, other than that, it's just eventually, and I mean eventually, not right now, I will put a beer unit in it, but not right now. So that's all it's going to have for now, is just my logo, new number plate, and I will get the bed to work. The bed does operate, but it is manually operating currently. Slides and then tilts. There. So it does all work. He's done a pretty cool job with it. It's just all aluminium and styrene. He used, corded wire to the connections up on the bed. You can see my new gearbox, a motor combo. My ESC I just threw in there, probably not the best implementation of a power button you've ever seen, but hey ho. Yeah, he's done a good job, I think. I'm happy with it, and yeah, I think we'll just get the tilt and slide to work. Slide's quite easy. I've got a linear actuator already. It will sit in this chassis and connect to the back of the bed just to slide it up and down. Might have to grease the rails a bit, but that's fine. Tilt might be a little bit more interesting. I have a idea of how to do it, but obviously I'm working around Dave's work, which I'm not used to working around somebody else's work, so that's going to be an interesting learning curve, but I'm sure I can do it. And yeah, it's all just hand scratch built out of styrene and aluminium. I think he's done a brilliant job personally, but then I'm not that critical. I tend to be like, yeah, spot on, brilliant, yeah. I'm over positive, which I like. I don't like to be over critical on people's work. Everyone's different. Like, wait, when that go down? There he goes. And then he's just put these little, I think these are actually beacon legs that he's just used as things to stop the Range Rover rolling around. And this Range Rover, someone has started to convert it. I noticed there is a servo in the steering. There's still AA batteries powering it, so someone started the conversion but not finished it, so I can finish that eventually. But yeah, that's that. So I got the truck and the Range Rover, but I also got something else. Let me show you. Yeah, I got a Caravan as well. That's pretty cool. So it tows behind the truck. It's something different. I don't think many people have seen something like that before in 1/14 scale. The Caravan was built by a member of the Southwest RC Truckers, and I don't know the individual's name, I do apologise, but they've done a wonderful job with it. It's all detailed inside. I've added the magazines and drinks bottles, but that's it. Everything else was done by the original builder. It's styled to look like Dave's real Caravan, so the actual layout of it is exactly like his, the same carpet and the same upholstery for the sofas and all that. So I think he looks fantastic. All the lights on it, so you've got the white markers on the front and on the back. You can see the reflection of the braking indicators, top and bottom. They all work off the truck. A little power line goes through there. Obviously that's the tow hitch, which goes on that little ball joint. And then it has interior lights that are operated on a little battery underneath the door. Little switch. So yeah, hate those rims. I'll have to change them at some point, but I'm not in any rush to do that right now. But yeah, that is the unit itself. Looks pretty cool, the whole truck. But you can see the little details that Dave added, like the little levers back here. He scratch built this little spec lift that pulls out and then you just fold it over. So that's really cool. You can see a little thing in there. It's a little dummy battery pack. I don't know, it just looks, little details, he just adds to it, you know. I wish those spotlights worked, but never mind. And yeah, you can see the lights on the flyover a bit better. But yeah, it's a pretty cool starting point. For now, as I've just said, I'm not really too fussed on completely stripping it down and rebuilding it from scratch and doing any of that crap, you know. Honestly, it's a good running truck as it is. I've just fixed the drive and the steering. Now it really nice to use, really good handling, it's lovely. I'm not in a desperate mood to strip it into 100 pieces, so I'm going to leave it like this for now. Ultimately, yeah, in years down the line, I will get a beer unit and I'll put sound in it and I will get it running, you know, really, really nicely. But for now, it's going to stay like this. All I'm going to do, stick my logo on it. I will never take credit for it. I did not build this. I'm too stupid to build something like this. This is Dave's work. He's done a quality job with it, and I'm just going to finish it off. So he built it, I'm going to finish it. So I'm going to stick my logos on it, put my number plates on it, I'll get the bed working, tilt and slide off the handset. It's obviously running on my Paladin here at the minute. And then ultimately I will put a beer unit in it as well. But I think the other thing I might do quite soon is the beacons. I'm not a fan of that bar. I might end up replacing that bar and getting another bar to go on the roof as well. So I might end up getting two, I don't know, Piston King. You can get the bars, like the slim LED. I'll put a picture up on screen of what I mean, but I might end up getting two of them, putting one as a direct replacement for that one and putting one up here on the roof. I think that'd probably be the only light thing I do, because that beacon's annoying me slightly. But I'm weird, I don't like cheap beacons. They I don't know, I'm weird. But hey, other than that, I'm not doing anything major. So that is my tilt and slide. I'll do a video on it when I get the bed working. I think that might be quite interesting to show people. Aim to get all these little bits and bobs done on it for nationals. I've got enough on as it is, but I think that'll be a pretty cool thing to have up there. And yeah, that's my new truck. So anyway, sorry for the random video and the random environment and all that. I think the next couple of videos I'll be back on the Nuke Boom trailer. I'll try and get that thing done for the R series, and then we'll go from there. I've got other projects to do now as well. Dad wants a beer unit installed in his new night hauler, so I add that to the to-do list. But yeah, and yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.